that cracks the sky to come back for my niggas. I hope he touch down where they gon' be.
Bumping that Tobe Nwigwe, my mistake. You know it's high-key cliche when there's no care or concern to learn the correct pronunciation of his name. Like, damn, it should be easy to remember, recalling how America likes its ends as silent as its nights. So they tend to shorten them, verbally or force for some, and holla Tobe! Really, it's Tobechuku Dubum Nwigwe. Leaning back and really questioning the world's take. Like, is it truly blasphemous to say nigga and God in the same phrase? What about the same phrase? I witnessed niggas get offended when they said Jesus was a nigga too. Because they definition of nigga is nigger and niggas need saving. So how can Jesus be the healer if the ER means no patients left in the room? I'm sure that's the carol they sung as they strung niggas from trees like Christmas lights. I mean, won't Jesus hung from a tree like strange fruit, perched on a rock like a stained roof? If they had cameras back then, he would have been the most coveted Christmas card. So what's the problem? If Jesus was God made flesh and Jesus was a nigga, then God is a nigga too. Oh, you still convinced God wasn't a nigga? Let's revisit. You got a woman who got pregnant willing to bear it alone. A man, not the father, chose to raise him as his own. Born in a small town but had big dreams. Disrespected his mother and didn't hear from him for years. Blended in with a crowd where everybody's black. Rejected by his hood and sold out for some scraps. Hung from a tree and paraded around the masses. If this nigga want a nigga, I don't know what that is. Nigga. What's your definition of nigga? Cause I'm willing to bet it ain't much different. You gonna say it means ignorant, someone vile, someone impotent. But you'll never say in every language it simply means black. How they changed the characteristic into a character flaw as a method for attack. Using it to dictate our epitaph. When back then they were proud to resemble the tints of Kadar. They brown skin glistening in the light of the sun. No, not convincing enough. What if we just went to the basics? God took Adam and formed him from dirt. Dirt is brown, and if we were all made in his image and God out here making niggas, then that make God a nigga too. The truth is, you're offended because they convinced you the word nigga was real. That nigga is derogatory, and when you hear it, it should change how you feel. From the Klan, colonists, to the Knights, let's keep it real. They passed the capirote down like the Bible, placed them on busts of men like idols, telling them to deny their God and his power while they hide behind a building, denominations, and a title. Taking oaths on it, that's the real swearing. And the real cursing is what they ain't telling. When they only used it for control and to separate the niggas. I mean, the Aborigines went from nigga and nigga to black because Niger went to nigga and nigga went to Negro. And Negro went to black and then the niggas took it back. But in the game of telephone, there's something they all lacked. The etymology of niggas. I mean niggas. A king that's black, my niggas. Don't hold back, my niggas. You're powerful and that's a fact, my niggas. That's a cheat code. But without context, you're clueless. So content's your ruler. I guess the sentiment's getting truer. Wanna hide something from a nigga? Put it in a book. Regulate what they regurgitate by giving them no choice. Refuse to let them read or write and stifle out their voice. Then give it back to them and tell them it's the origins of their source. They'll reject the truth without regret or remorse. Especially when we sell up images of their oppressor as their savior. Remind them that we the Moses that saved them. And the only way they survived is because we showed them something greater. Cause baby, surely Pharaoh ain't out here handing out books of hope. It's just another rope they trying to lynch us with. Lynch-pinned again. Keep us reliant and compliant. The system's gin. Wake up. So, pick. So, wake up. Go. Faster. Go. But nigga, I'm woke. My bad, cracker. I'm sure. You thought I was my granny them, thankful for the government's hands and shit, blocks of cheese and canned yams, part of the man's plan, wicked and infinite sections, eliminate the man just to collect minimum concessions. They put crack in our hoods and murdered all our brethren. Every melanated leader they turned into martyrs. I made a list to name them, but it's too many to bother. By the State of the Union, I just be adding more tomorrow.
But when do we become niggas or niggas become us? Started off as stardust.